Alright, so this is my 2002 Toyota Tacoma. It is a TRD Limited double cab short bed. It's a 3.4 liter V6. It's an automatic. The TRD came with a electronic rear diff locker. The Limited, as far as the exterior, you got the chrome bull bar on the front, the chrome trim on the front, chrome rear view mirrors or side view mirrors, the paint matched fender flares, chrome trim here, Limited badge there, and the chrome rear bumper. So some of the stuff that I've done to the truck, I've owned it for a couple of years. I put on some 13WL 231 millimeter Tundra brakes on the front. I used a powerstop powder coated caliper and the powerstop drilled and slotted rotor. Really good thing about these brakes, and the reason that I did this, the rotors themselves are much thicker than the Tacoma rotors, and they're much larger, so they're able to dissipate heat much easier. And the biggest thing here, at least in my opinion, is that the fact that these calipers are dual piston for the Tundra, whereas the Tacoma are single piston, so much more stopping power. It does take more of a push on the brake pedal to get these to stop as hard as it would. It just takes more push, just because there's more fluid moving into that piston there. Since I've owned the truck, I have also done, and very recently, within the last couple months, a couple thousand miles ago, I did the upper and lower ball joints. I used Moog for the upper and lower ball joints with a lifetime replacement. I've got all the warranty all the receipts for that. I put an advanced automotive engineering steering rack in here. It's got the new guide style on it. I put energy suspension solid poly bushings on there. New inner and outer tie rod ends. Those are both Moog for the inner and outers, also with lifetime warranties on those. In the rear, when I did the front brakes, I completely rebuilt the drums. New drums, new shoes, all new hardware, springs, retainers, everything inside of there is new. I did new wheel cylinders. And also, in an effort to help with extreme braking conditions, I flushed all of the .3 out and went with a .4. It just has a slightly higher boiling point. Truck does have full length rock sliders on both sides that are welded. They're super sturdy. Bull bar in the front. Well, before we go on the inside, I guess let's go over some of the stuff that the obvious signs of wear here. On the driver's side door panel, I don't know, it's not very big, but there's a couple of scuff marks here. Light scuff mark here. This, in my opinion, is the worst of everything that's on the truck. So this is on the driver's side corner in the back, and it's probably, I don't know, 3.5 inches, 4 inches. It was like that when I got it. I don't know how it happened. I can only assume that that is potentially why they put on the rock sliders, but I don't know. A little bit of wear here on the rear driver's side fender flare. These are really easy to take off. It's just a plastic piece held on with screws, and then you take it off. Light scratch, small rock chips. For an 18-year-old truck, it's not bad. On the rear here, the Leer shells got the third light up top. Scratch here as well underneath the handle. I got it like that as well. On the passenger side, in the back corner, I was unfortunate enough to do that myself. I was up at Seafoam Lake and backed up into a tree that I didn't see a tree stump. Nothing too crazy. I mean, it's, you know. And then this also did happen while I've owned the truck. I'm not 100% sure. It happened in a parking lot. Just want to make sure I'm, you know, pointing stuff out to you that I would notice when I was looking at a truck. The rims on this all look good. There's no curb rash on them. Yakima crossbars, and then this is a dealer installed factory rack here. Top's clean. All the windows are good, all the tint's good. Leer shell. Drop-in bed liner. All the floor mats from the inside. As far as the inside goes, I have always had seat covers on this from the day we bought it. These front seats, I should mention too, these are a big part of, in my opinion, a big part of the limited package of this year. The bolster support here, the driver's side has adjustable bolster support, and then as well as the bottom bolster support here. It's just completely different. These seats are much more comfortable than the non-limited seats, and typically something that most people try to upgrade in these trucks. Dash is clean. I've always used a sun dash or a sun block pad mat. Over on this side, we got your ECT power button. I've read quite a bit about this. Not 100% sure that I can tell a difference with it on. Sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. Diff lock here on the rear, dimmer switch, and a JVC doubled in. It's nothing fancy, but it does have an aux in. We got Bluetooth, and you can hook up hands-free calling to it if you want. All the interior lights work. And turn them on here. And in the back here, once again, I've always had seat covers on this. I do actually have, and I should have put them on there before I left, but I have the headrests. The seat covers I had for the rear bench didn't have the headrest portion, so I do have the headrests here. They look just as good as the seats. They're brand new. Carpet looks great. I did not shampoo this. This is just how it is. Rear light. So as far as some of the stuff that I've done to the inside here, so I have two shallow mount 8-inch Pioneer subs back here. The entire wall you can kind of see here, the whole back wall and all underneath the floor, up until the back or the front seats here. It's completely lined with sound deadener. Got over 100 pounds, I got 140 pounds of sound deadener in this. In the rears here, once again, I did the full outside of the door, so I did all the full outside of the door panel. I did the inside of the metal door panel. I did the inside of the door card here, so the plastic piece, all with sound deadener. Pretty heavy, but it really helps. I mean, it's the sound out of these speakers is pretty good. In the back, there's 6x8 Kenwood KFCs. They sound great. I also did the roadkill speaker rings. You'll have to look that up, I guess, to understand what that is. In the front, same thing, the full door. And then up here we've got some Kicker CS component 6x8 speakers up here. And all of that I have running off of a NVX 5-channel amp. And I did all of the wiring, all with 100% copper wiring. Tucked everything up really nice and clean underneath there. One of the big pains in the butt with these trucks is that you know, the space for adding things like stereo equipment is really limited. Here's a shot of this seat here. Go take a look here at the engine bay and fire it up. Actually, while we're back here, let's take a look underneath here. Okay, so inside here, I've got the drop-in K&N again in here. Last year I had the valve cover gaskets replaced. You know, like I said, I change everything in this religiously. You know, I clean the mass airflow sensor every couple thousand miles. You know, every couple thousand miles I pull off the intake tube here and check the throttle body and clean that. Coolant looks good. I would open this here to show you, but I just drove it over here, so it's pretty hot. I'm not gonna open that right now. But yeah, let's go fire it up, hear it run. It might help if I had the keys with me. All right. Like I said, I did just drive this over here, so it is still warm. Let's see, I'll get you in here. All the lights work. I do have the brake on and I don't have my seatbelt on. Airbag light is on because I disconnected the passenger restraint control module underneath the passenger seat. Fit the amp. AC works great. Heat works good. Did a full flush of the cooling system when I first bought the truck as well. All the lights work. $127,612 miles. About take a walk around here. Truck does not leak anything, does not burn anything. I don't gain or lose any oil in between oil changes. I've never had any problems with it. It's never left me stranded. There have been times where I have not started the truck for over a week. Cold fires, wintertime, does not matter. I never smoke. Alright, so here in the truck, I'm going to take it for a ride real quick.